there have been several manned space missions, I can't help but be curious about whether or not any astronauts have had sex in space. And come on, I'm not alone on that, right? Hey everyone, I'm Lacey Green, and this is D News. The official word right now on whether or not anyone has had sex in space is no. You pervs, our astronauts are professional people. Which, okay, I get it, but it's kind of a bummer, right? Because I just feel like it would be so cool to hear about. I'm guessing it's just a matter of time before NASA addresses space sex though, especially as mission demands become longer and more intense. For instance, asking people to refrain from sexual activity for over a year is kind of a tall order for some. Astronauts might be professionals, but that doesn't mean that they're not human. There are lots of questions though about how sex could even happen given the whole no gravity thing. The most obvious challenge is that the slightest push or pull will send their partner flying across the craft. Makes things a little tricky. There are some solutions though, like strapping yourself down. It seems that in order to pull this off, the straps would have to be intentionally placed for the purpose of sexy times, because when else do astronauts need to be laying on top of each other? There's also the issue of blood flow. Without proper gravity, blood flows through the body differently, and speculation is that it would be much harder to achieve an erection. In fact, it could actually be impossible for some folks. NASA might already have information on this, what with all their observation and analysis of the human body in space, but they haven't said a peep about it. Yet. We're getting there though. NASA surgeon James Logan came out this week and said that conception in space is likely to be difficult and just a bad idea. He said that gravity actually helps along the conception process, making it harder to conceive hundreds of miles above ground. Still, the main concern is not how sperm will find the egg, it's what will happen next. Zero gravity and high radiation? Not ideal conditions for a fertilized egg. High radiation causes mutations in your DNA, which is actually a broader issue that NASA has yet to solve for astronauts in long-term flight. Also interesting to me are the social aspects of having sex in flight. The astronauts are doing really exciting work, which tends to get people in the mood. They're also in close contact with each other around the clock, another thing that kind of brings people together. And yet, they have no privacy. There's also the potential for jealousy with team members pairing off and the consequences of a relationship or an interaction turning sour. What's painful in the regular world could be devastating when you're isolated and confined. Again, they may be professionals, but that doesn't mean that they're not human. Maybe this is why NASA prohibited married couples from going on the same mission together. While I do think sex in space is attractive, just from the sheer scientific cool factor, it does seem like one of those things that would be better in my 200-mile-high fantasies than in real life. The physical and social realities of sex in space are kind of complicated and maybe not all that glamorous. Let me know what you guys think of sex in space, namely if you think it's a good idea and if you would be down to try it. And I'll see you guys soon with more D News.